Howdy everyone and welcome back. I'm hanging out in my dorm room today. It's just kind of a lazy day around here, but I wanted to show you a project that I'm excited to try and excited to show y'all how to do yourselves. If you like soda but you're trying to be a little bit more on the healthy side, I'm going to show you how to make a naturally carbonated, probiotic, naturally flavored soda. But before we can do any of that, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a ginger bug to actually make those sodas. I'll show you what a ginger bug is, I'll show you how to make one, how to take care of it, and then how to use it to make your very own probiotic, naturally flavored sodas. So let's get into it. Before I get into what a ginger bug is and how to use it, I wanted to let y'all know I decided to start using Amazon affiliate links. And what those are is I've left in the description links to things I use to make my videos, and in some cases I'll leave the products actually used to do the projects that you might see in a video. And what that'll do is you click on those links, it'll take you to Amazon where that product is, and you can order it like you normally would. The only difference is a portion of that will go back to directly funding the channel and funding these videos. It doesn't cost you any extra. It doesn't do anything like that. It just goes to help the channel out. So if you decide you want anything you see in the videos, or you want to check out the equipment I use to make my YouTube videos, I'd appreciate it if you go check out those links and go through those to help the channel out. But let's get into what a ginger bug is and how to make one. So what a ginger bug is, it's a starter culture similar to how like sourdough bread starters work, or how to make sauerkraut, things like that. We're naturally fermenting a soda to provide the carbonation and to provide those probiotic properties that are going to be so good for us. And the way we're going to make this ginger bug is we have to introduce the natural beneficial bacteria and the yeast somehow to our culture. The way we're going to do that is we're going to use ginger, which has the yeast and the natural bacteria on the skin itself. That's going to introduce the microbes to our culture. We also have to provide a food source for them, and the way we're going to do that is by putting sugar into our ginger bug. That's going to provide all the food source they need. And this is a living culture. We're going to have to keep feeding this and take care of it by giving it the right temperatures, things like that. But we'll get into that as we go along. So let me show you all the things you're going to need to start a ginger bug, and then we're going to make it right after that. Alright guys, so I have all the ingredients and materials we're going to need to make our ginger bug. It doesn't take a lot, it's very easy to do, and it's a lot of fun. The first thing we're going to need is something to put our ginger bug in. I recommend to use a good quality canning jar, just because they're easy to find and they work really well. You can scale this up to something like a quart jar if you wanted to, and just scale up the ingredients you see in this video. That's fine, but I wanted to show you that you can make it in something as small as a pint jar, which we're going to do today. The next thing you're going to need is some fresh ginger. You can go get this at the grocery store, but this is actually some fresh ginger that we grew and harvested this last year. If you want to go see how to grow your own ginger and the videos on how I grew this, I'll leave those at the end of this video, and I'll also leave an info card to that up there. I highly recommend y'all give it a try. It's a lot of fun. The next thing you're going to need is a food source for our beneficial microbes, and in this case we're going to use sugar. You can use some raw organic sugar if that's what you prefer. I have some sugar cubes here because that's just what I had around, and they'll work fine. The next thing you're going to need is something to grate your ginger with. You need to get as much surface area as possible to your ginger, and the best way of doing that is to just grate it on a cheese grater or anything like that. You can cut it up, but I think this works a lot better. So get yourself a grater. They're not very expensive if you don't already have one. The next thing you're going to need is some unchlorinated water. I have spring water here. You can use distilled water. You can even use your tap water as long as you leave it out uncovered for 24 hours to allow the chlorine in the water to dissipate. Whatever water you use, just make sure it's non-chlorinated. That chlorine will actually kill the beneficial microbes we're trying to culture in our ginger bug, kind of defeating the purpose. The last thing you're going to need is a paper towel of some kind and a rubber band. We're going to put this over the top of our ginger bug to allow the gas to exchange. It's going to build up with CO2, and if we were to seal that with the lid of the jar, it could blow up our jar, and we don't want that. So I think that's enough on the materials I'm going to use. So let's actually get into making our ginger bug. The first step is we need to grate up our ginger. We're looking to get about a tablespoon, and we're going to grate this up with the skin on. That skin is where you're going to get your beneficial yeast and bacteria into your culture. So I'm just going to grate this up quickly and I'll get right back with y'all. Alright, so I have our ginger all grated up with the skins on, and I'm going to measure out about a tablespoon of ginger here. Just like so. I'm going to kind of pack it into the measuring spoon just a little bit, and I'm going to put this in there. These measurements can change a little bit. You'll probably see other recipes with different measurements of ginger and sugar, and that's okay. This will all work the same, but this is the way I've done it and it's worked well. So we've got our ginger put in there, and now we're going to need a tablespoon of sugar. Normally you would just measure this out with the sugar in the measuring spoon, but since I've got sugar cubes here, I'm going to use these. Each one of these is a teaspoon, and it takes 3 teaspoons to make a tablespoon. So I'm just going to drop in our sugar, and now all we have to do is pour our water in, and we're going to get this all mixed up. I'm using about 12 ounces of water here, and this should work well, like so. And I'm going to stir this up. I've heard that you shouldn't use metal spoons. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm just going to go with it. We're going to use a plastic spoon here, and we're going to get that sugar and ginger all mixed up. Alright, so we've got our ginger bug all mixed up, and now all we need to do is to get this covered. And all I'm going to do is take one of our paper towels here and put our rubber band right over the top, and that's going to allow the CO2 to be released and not build up and blow up our jar. So there you have it. That's all it takes to make your very own ginger bug. Super easy, super fun. But now comes the next steps. This is a living, breathing culture. Just like anything else alive, it needs to be fed. And it's kind of like having a pet. I like to feed my ginger bug about a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of grated ginger every day. That's going to provide the microbes all the food they need, keep them happy and healthy. I like to store my ginger bug in about a 75 to 85 degree Fahrenheit dark location, and that's going to provide a good environment for our ginger bug to grow. In about 5 to 8 days, you'll notice that your ginger bug will have some bubbles up here at the water line and have bubbles floating up from the ginger at the bottom of the jar. That's how you know you have an active, healthy ginger bug, and at that point it's ready to use. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use your ginger bug to make a all-natural fermented soda, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. But I think that's going to be all for this video, so if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, and let me know down in the comments, what should we make for our first soda? We can make ginger ale, we can make strawberry soda, lemon lime, blackberry, or we can make maybe some raspberry lemonade soda. I think that would be really good. But let me know down in the comments what we should make in the next video. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you can be there for when all the new videos come out. And be sure to go like us on Facebook. Until next time, I hope you'll join me right here on The More You Grow.